Alright, I thought I was going away. I really did. But then Dave is like, hey, I'm here! So let's just get to it.
Yeah, call me Late Larry.
More like Leisure Suit Larry, but
Hey, I do own the classic Larry series bundle.
well, there you go.
Thanks to our buddies at goodoldgames.com there.
Right. We're online on all fronts, including Periscope. Here we go. Let's do some random retro. Today's game on the screen, we've got Galaga, the demonic saga, or the demons of whatever. So, I am going to confess, Dave, that I had a hipster moment the other day.
Really?
Yeah. I'm ashamed to say this. I was bored and needing something to eat with my attempts at a burger. And all I could see at the local Walmart was this bag of Simply Organic Doritos. Spicy white cheddar tortilla chips.
Ah.
Yeah. I bought said chips, and I realized you have to be a pretentious douche to eat this shit. I mean, I'm still eating them because, if you have to remember, folks, I used to be poor. So, couldn't
Oh
exactly
yeah.
waste food.
I was always raised. I was raised in a middle income, reasonably family. We always had money, but we didn't go throw it around on stupid crap either. Um,
It was the case. I was hungry. Probably should have
but
paid attention.
yeah, but specifically, what I was getting at was that we did not waste food in that household if we could help it.
Right. Because
And it's like, yeah, it may not be as good, it may not be as excellent as experience as you were hoping for, but you are.
you're still on the hook.
We still need to finish this.
Yeah. But, so that's the situation I'm in.
Yeah.
I realize that I gotta finish this shit. So, true,
I'll,
true,
I'll,
true to my Mexicanness, I am finishing my food.
yep.
It's like I ain't gotta like it. I just gotta finish it.
Yeah, I was experimenting with a little homemade casserole idea last week, and it wasn't as good as I thought it would turn out,
Yeah.
but I did go ahead and finish it. And, it was perfectly edible. I think next time I'm gonna break down and spend the extra money to get a slightly higher quality ingredients.
Yeah.
I think that was my problem on that particular thing was, sometimes you can't go with the cheap but edible option. Yeah,
Unless it's yellow mustard, and then there's no way you could really fuck up yellow mustard.
no. I'm not. No, not. I'm talking like solid components.
Oh yeah.
No. Main ingredient components. Oh yeah, I agree. Yellow mustard is pretty much yellow mustard, no matter what brand. I've gotten fond of the Dijon mustard lately.
I love Dijon mustard. Oh, you could.
Not the high end Grey Poupon brand.
That shit's
Still
overrated.
a store brand, but again, pretty much any mustard variant is fine, no matter what brand
Hey.
it is.
So Dave, you like my game of choice at the moment?
Oh yes,
It is a
this
classic.
is a classic.
Alright, so let's get to the subject we were going to talk about. We're going to discuss the NWA's 10 pounds of gold and the resurgence that it has under one William Patrick Corgan. I'll admit, in my younger days, I kind of thought, Billy Corgan was a pretentious douche with the Smashing Pumpkins.
Yep.
I don't know if I've mellowed out over the years or if Billy has.
6 of one, half dozen of the other.
I think so, too. Dave and I have met Billy on separate occasions, and he's actually not a bad guy overall, is he?
No, I think he had the eventual positive fate that most artists want to get to, which is he does what he loves. Enough people love it as well that he makes enough money he can live the level of comfort he wants to live.
Oh, yeah.
And thus, as you said, he mellows out and kind of quits worrying about that, public perception of artistness.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of like,
either you're gonna like my stuff or you're not. Enough people have liked it, so.
what do you want? I'm an old bald white man.
It's one of those. I'm at the point I made my money, and my bandmates have made their money.
Yeah.
So.
Like, we do not have to work anymore.
We
We
just
go out and tour, it's because
we're
we want
bored.
to tour. Yeah. But yeah, I will say that once all the TNA Dixie nonsense got dealt with, including a bit of time in court,
Yeah.
Billy has done well since purchasing the NWA as an alternative to owning TNA.
And I think he got the better end of the deal, honestly, because.
Having already established weekly TV would have been very nice, but
in the same token,
in
you
the
have,
long run, as far as reputation and legacy, the NWA is a better one.
it really is 70 plus years with an established record, and we're not talking a small record either.
Yeah.
From the first champion, Orville Brown.
Yeah. Now we are gonna sit there. If you do go to our YouTube channel, folks, one of my Friday ramblings, I did cover a brief history of the NWA.
Cheap plug.
Yep, very cheap plug. There was a period of time where the NWA lost a lot of its shine.
Oh yeah. But they didn't need Billy Batch to get his shine box either.
No. Billy Corgan to get his paycheck has certainly helped, but yes, it stayed through. And for a little more detail of how close the NWA came through, I'm gonna cheap plug our wrestling mentor Jim Cornette. Go into the archives of the experience and look up his interview with Howard Brody, former NWA president.
Yeah.
No joke, Howard Brody pretty much had to completely rework the NWA, how the NWA was set up as an organization.
Oh yeah.
And cut a deal with the WWE for TV time to save the NWA.
He really did, and on top of that too, the NWA as a company, as an entity, had to do a whole hell of a lot of soul searching.
Yeah, well, a lot of that was what Howard Brody did, where the original NWA was literally, as the full name, it was a non-profit business alliance of various independent promotions. He restructured it as an LLC, which is what Billy purchased.
Which was smart on Howard's part too. I mean,
Well, again, I mean, once you get into the 90s and the way the entire wrestling business changed, even overseas, yeah, you kind of had to get into the thing of, okay, we're charging membership dues for a reason, not just to afford to mint a new belt this year.
Yeah.
Like, we kind of need the money for everybody's sake, but...
And on top of that, too, Dave Lagana talked about when they tried to redesign the belt, and someone flat out stole it.
Yeah.
So they had to go back to the original. To his credit, the one who saved the belt for them, of all people, is regarded as one of the greatest NWA champions of all time. And that would be one handsome Harley, the King Harley, however you knew him, Harley Race, God rest his soul.
Yeah.
Yeah, gave them one of his 8 belts that he won.
Yeah,
hence why Nick Aldis treats. You're wondering why Nick Aldis treats that belt like it's fine china. That's one of Harley Race's belts.
Or one of his children.
Pretty much. And he has 2 with Mickey James, you lucky bastard.
I was about to say, and given who his wife is, she completely understands the sentiment for that belt.
and because she was also friends with the late Harley. She did go through Dory Funk's Funking Conservatory.
Yeah.
She understands the history very well.
But yes, for the record, for those of our listeners who are not hardcore wrestling fans, there was an old tradition that, yes, there was the main world belt that would get, passed from champion to champion.
So that was for the show. That was the most valuable of belts.
Yeah, that's what I'm building to.
Okay.
There was that belt, but each champion had a
mantelpiece.
A mantelpiece replica that was nicer than anything any fan will ever get made, but technically is like one step below the official touring belt. And that is what Harley donated to the NWA.
Although in Harley's case, his 8th belt was a whole lot nicer than the touring belt, because this was Harley Race.
Well, yeah. Part of it was because his mantelpiece belt, he had it, in a display case and very well taken care of, where the touring belt, as the phrase touring would imply,
yeah,
eventually goes through a lot of wear and tear. This is why...
they do have to replace belts.
Yeah, this is one of the reasons why WWE, every couple decades or so, sometimes less, depending on business investors, changes the design of their belt. It's basically a cover for the fact their belt no longer looks good on TV.
Like the Eagle belt, the old Eagle belt that people fondly remember. They're like, why don't they bring it back? It's worn out as shit, for one.
I mean, they could make a new belt.
But it's not going to have that luster.
Yeah, but it would... Well, part of it's because they make it out of different metal mixture now.
It really is. Belt making has gotten a lot more advanced, to be blunt.
That, and it's a different person making it, because...
He was an understudy of the...
Hart's old buddy is passed on.
But his understudy is making the belts these days. So it's still within tradition.
Isn't it Dave McMillan?
It is Dave McMillan. He is out of Tennessee.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's still the #1 belt guy.
But
in the world. I think even Japan.
Yeah, Japan's IWGP and the NOAH globally honored crown.
They're
under him.
IWGP heavyweight.
IGP.
Actually, I think all are there.
Yeah,
all are there.
It is. IWGP belts, the NOAH belts are by him.
Well, no, I'm saying all the current belts in New Japan.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. No, 2 companies rely on him. New Japan and NOAH both use him.
when you say the IWGP belt,
Yeah, that's New
I
Japan.
typically default to the World Heavyweight, so I had to stop and expand my own brain of, no. All the belts that have the word IWGP in it, yes.
Which would mean the World Heavyweight, the World Heavyweight, the Intercontinental, the Junior Heavyweight, the Tag, the Junior Tag, never open weight title, the 6-man tag. He's done them all.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And of course, on the other side of Japan with Noah, their GHC tag. Their
Um,
I'm trying to think what other belts they've got.
welcome, kind sir. We appreciate the love for the retro gaming that you're seeing, along with our retro wrestling talk that you're hearing.
Hey, thanks, Punchy. Punchy, keep watching. We're gonna keep doing. But not, we're also discussing some old school wrestling too. If you're here, but no, all the belts by Noah are done by McMillan. McMillan also does. I think he's done CMLL's belts, if I'm not mistaken.
I would have to
I'll have to look.
Is it currently CMLL? Yeah, it was AAA that expanded their name out to like AAA Lucha Worldwide or something like that.
It is. CMLL is still Consejo Mundial de Lucha Libre. Which consortium, World Consortium or World Company of Lucha Libre? There's different ways to say it.
Yes. What game are we playing right this second?
I am playing Prisoners of War. That old SNK classic.
But are we playing an SNK?
I'm playing the Nintendo version. I'm not playing the main version.
Are we playing an SNK produced game?
Yeah.
In honor of the fact Terry Bogart's apparently the new DLC for Smash.
Oh yeah. Definitely. I was excited to hear that the Hungry Wolf was a part of the DLC.
I like the way he looks in the screenshots.
Oh yeah. I mean, you knew if there was a fight.
They did a good job for the Wii U one of translating Ryu from Street Fighter to Smash. So
oh yeah.
I have faith that Terry's gonna work out. Yeah, Castle Quest is definitely.
Oh, Castle Quest is. The thing, Punchy, is Castle Quest. You see the covering. You see this slick-looking Inigo Montoya-looking person on the cover, and then you play the game, and he's like this short, squat, chibi-looking guy.
Yeah, Castle Quest was one of those where they clearly spent more of the budget on marketing than development.
Kind of like Wizards and Warriors 2. Which, fun fact, that is Fabio on the cover as Kuros.
Yeah. Or our old buddy there, Hydlon.
Oh, God.
Who I was watching the great James Rolfe.
Hydline!
cover the entire franchise over 2 videos. But
yeah, Hydlight is one of those games. It was great on the original system it was on. I am Punchy.
It was playable on the original system it was on. Yes, we are using the Restream system to see your chat.
Yeah, I'm still getting used to D-Live as well, too, so it's going to take me a whole minute.
Yeah, that's why we're kind of tag teaming this. He's focusing more on the gameplay. I'm kind of emceeing.
But no.
It helps the multitasking, because
we're taking on.
We appreciate any donation. Yeah, it's not flagging the donation alert.
But thank you
Yes.
for the hosting. We definitely much love our friend.
You are a fine gentleman.
You are a scholar and a gentleman.
But yes, the thing with these retro NES games, even the easiest NES game is
Ain't easy.
still
It ain't easy.
a hemorrhoid and a half to try and multitask through.
Oh, and my
I'm sorry. I've played the World 1 of Mario Brothers 3 enough time that where I could have played it in my sleep, and it still, I would probably get killed by a Goomba at some point.
Oh, thank you, dude. First follower on D Live. Don't worry, we usually try to do our stuff every Wednesday for sure. Dave does his stuff. I mean, I will teach him how to use the Restream.
Yeah,
Use the Restream.
I've just started up my own channel where I do more of the multi-part
Yeah.
Let's Plays.
Yeah.
Although that may change if I just decide to randomly play a game that is progressing nicely.
Oh
I
yeah.
may just let it run along.
Dave right now is currently playing Evo: The Search for Eden, finding out how hard that game really is.
Oh, it's infamous among people that play it that the bosses are like of any given world is like 3 times harder than the actual levels.
Yeah, because you don't.
But yeah, the Yeti was just absolutely whooped my butt last night. So anybody who wants to have a little schadenfreude at my expense, feel free to watch that later.
Yeah,
After you
because
finish watching this wonderful stream.
yeah, because the Yeti owned him. I'm afraid.
Yeah, it's.
Well, the problem with the Yeti
Dude,
is
that,
the hit.
it's that double punch shot. That's what was killing me.
Yeah, and you can't find its hitbox 95% of the time. That's the part that killed it.
As I said, I'm gonna over the next week. I'm gonna research, try to come up with some alternate strategies, maybe do a little practice, and
Hell, you might have to get the that new body, the
human body.
the monkey body.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. I was always planning on showing the human form as a bonus episode, if nothing else. But yeah, I'm just gonna have to do some off-screen grinding.
Oh yeah, that happens. So
But yeah, we were the NWA World Heavyweight Championship in its current form is, since the NWA does not have its own TV show.
not right now. They are starting up one next month.
Yeah, which is what inspired a lot of this talk across our different social media platforms here. Oh, look at me! I know professional sounding words. But what I was saying was that over the past several months, as a way of drawing eyes to their big events, such as the 70th anniversary show and the Crockett Cup.
Whoa, did you just see that? Check in a minute. I just punched a bullet.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
That is the power of the brass knuckles.
And apparently the letter A.
Pretty much, but yeah, definitely.
A is for awesome.
Yes, it is. Yeah, Punchy, try this one out next time if you're looking for an NES game. It is Prisoners of War. It's an SNK. It's one of their arcade adaptations. It is definitely some good stuff, though.
Aw, you lost your awesome knuckles.
I know I did, but I got a backhand. That's you better have my money backhand.
But
Yeah. At least I can say for this game, they didn't nerf the backhand like they did in the original Double Dragon for the NES.
woo, alphabetical list. Very impressive. Definitely gonna give you plenty of episodes to cover.
Oh yeah.
And I will go ahead and say, since you'll probably hit it early,
But if you're going on, are you going through all of them? Castle.
He said all the NES games. Do you mean all of them total, or just all the official American released ones?
If you're going through all, oh yeah. So you've been going through all of them.
Okay, yeah, you've already been streaming for a couple of years, so you're don't make your way through the alphabet. Yeah. I will say, yeah, there's
Alright, gonna do a Taxon game.
So yeah, if you just finished Castle Quest as part of the alphabetical, I do believe that means he's going to be hitting the Castlevania trilogy soon.
Yeah, he is. He really is. Don't worry, you're gonna have a fun time at least. All right,
yeah.
Dave, I'm hitting the Taxon games now. Let's do some Low G Man. Since we're gonna talk about some.
As long as it's not Taxman, the bad Pac-Man bootleg.
Oh God, I remember that one.
Yeah.
I remember that one.
That's one of those things that like you tell people about.
But yeah, Castlevania is definitely going to be your good game.
Yeah, I would say all three of them are good games. 2 gets a lot of flack because of how different a change in style it is.
2 kind of went for an action RPG angle.
Yeah, and it definitely takes a bit of time to get the... If you don't like strategy guide research it takes a little bit of time to figure out the way to go about it, but I would recommend you, as I said, do some like online strategy guide research into 2, or you give it a few practice playthroughs to understand, because there is no Castlevania game that plays like it. Even the modern Metroidvania style ones, like they just never really repeated that formula too.
They really didn't, but...
And your Prisoner of War now has a mech.
Yeah? Hey, definitely, Punchy. You have a good one.
Yep, we look forward to seeing you again next week.
We're definitely adding him.
Yep.
I'll have to remember when I get on D-Live that Punchy's getting added.
I will help remind you. But yeah. Going back to our original subjects, we never really got around 10 pounds of gold refers to. Yes, it literally is the amount of metal in the NWA Championship.
Yeah, and the metal and the leather.
Hello, Mr. Gecko. We do appreciate retro is awesome. We agree. But specifically in the modern sense, 10 pound of gold refer to their YouTube series that, as I was saying before, they have been doing for the last several months to help hype up their big event cards.
Which did start in 2011 with the first champion that Billy Corgan brought in, and that would be Tim Storm, who is on record. Not only is he the 92nd champion, he's the oldest champion on record. Right, he was 51 years of age when he won the title.
Yep. But yeah, the main idea of the 10 pounds of gold series is, besides hyping up the upcoming championship defenses, is that it also helps younger fans get a history lesson on the NWA Championship, so they can understand the prestige of the belt and why people compete for it. Because, as we said, you're looking at 71 years of title defenses around the world. Because I know Ric Flair defended it in Japan, but didn't he also defend it, like, Korea at least once?
He did defend it in Korea. That was that legendary WCW tour with Kim Jong-il.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That
Inoki promoted, if you remember.
Was that after they withdrew?
That was before they withdrew. That was just before they withdrew.
That's right, because that was the it was the World Peace Festival. It was the reputation of the NWA that got the gig.
It is, and also Inoki negotiated with the
Well,
North.
that's what I'm saying. Inoki would not have negotiated that with WCW alone. He did it because it was the NWA.
Pretty much, and yeah, and the unlikeliest fan of the NWA was the former North Korean president for life.
On the other hand, according to his autobiography, Flair was not a big fan of Korea at that one time.
He still isn't.
I believe his quote from his book was, first thing he did when he got off the plane in America was literally kiss the ground. So thankful to be back in this country.
Oh yeah.
Bye-bye, Mac.
Yeah, had to rescue the girl though, so had to make a sacrifice.
Is it just me or do those little items she dropped look like a Wonder Woman logo?
They kind of do.
Wonder Woman! But
no,
but yeah, Impact the Gold Series is one part hype piece for the present angles and matches, one part history of the belt and thus the company. So they make very interesting videos for wrestling fans of any length and time.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes.
actually.
Yes,
if
we
you-
do. I play all varieties from the SG-1000 to the more modern PSP. PSP is about as modern as I go. But
Yeah,
I do play the
Yeah,
SG-1000.
Our episode from last week, it was the PSP.
Puzzle Fighter.
Yeah, of the well, a variety of Atari games.
Oh,
Because you did some R-Type.
I did R-Type for the PS1. You're right.
Yeah, but no, but on the PSP you had the Atari collection. 'Cause some of them were
Yeah.
it had to orient on the side. So yeah, I would check back, Mr. Gecko. I would check back after we're done here the previous episode because we covered a good couple eras there.
Yeah.
Puzzle Fighter 2 was the least embarrassing.
Yeah. Yeah, because R-Type Delta definitely, yeesh.
And again, some of those Atari games were so...
My personal favorite though from the Atari games was the tank one.
Oh, the one that was the actual radar game?
Yeah. I like the classic version of.
I mean, even the PSP enhanced version was good. That is definitely something that like would make a great like Flash-based internet game.
It was, except rest in peace, Flash. Yeah, Flash is gone. It's been sunsetted. Do you feel old now?
Doesn't mean amateurs still can't play with it.
Oh yeah.
Just means we're not getting any updates or official support. Yeah, what do we got now? Java. Wonder Woman!
Oh yeah. Battlezone. Mr. Gecko is correct. It is Battlezone. Battlezone Classic. I still say that no one can beat me at that one. Again, I'm edging.
I love the idea that you shoot them to stun them, and then you just stab them to death with a harpoon.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like, let's be honest. If this was done with 4K graphics on a modern system, you would get such a mature rating for that fight.
Yes, I would.
Hey, go back down and rescue her. Gail Simone complaining that looks like a refrigerator.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I love Gail as a writer. I get what she was trying to do at the time that original article was written.
It was just...
But God, that concept has gotten out of control.
It has, but you know what? It is what it is.
Yeah, I can't blame Gail. I blame the people that took the theory and over-expanded it to mean so much stuff it was never intended to mean.
Oh, those are the good ones.
Yeah,
Those are the good Ataris. The 500 ST, the XL.
yeah, I started on Atari. I'm sorry it's been so long since I had the physical thing. I cannot remember the exact model number.
Alright.
I mean, I remember playing Pitfall, Miss Pac-Man, and Pong. I remember the wood paneling. I remember the square joystick with the one red button.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not gonna swear on a Bible what model number it was.
Right, right. And also, also good to see you, Robin. Robin has a bit of a different experience than us because, I have played Pitfall 2, actually. It's been a long time.
I think I played it very briefly. I know I played some of the relatively modern Pitfalls, like some of the ones they put out on PC primarily.
Oh, yeah.
You know, when they tried to revive the IP.
I remember that. And then they tried to do the Pitfall, the Mayan Adventure. That one was okay-ish.
Honestly, I think the Pitfall revival would have done better if Tomb Raider hadn't shown up. It was like everything you kind of want from Pitfall, but the protagonist is a lot nicer to look at.
Oh yeah. So, alright, Dave, I switched over to... this one was never brought over to America. It should have. They should have brought it over. It was a Hector Interactive.
Oh yeah,
company,
yeah.
Moon Crystal.
Yeah. Mayan Adventure was definitely a great reboot for what it was.
Yeah.
I don't think they really did a good job like getting the word out initially, and then as I said, long term it kind of got overshadowed by similar games that came out years later. Yeah, it's kind of scary to contemplate and realize that the
oh hey, Mr.
license is
hey.
as old as it is. I mean, 1996.
Yeah. All right. So let's do a formal introduction for those that have joined us. Join us, Mr. Gecko. I'm Jaime, and on the other end, say hi, Dave.
Hello.
Yeah. And we're both various authors, writers, and like you, Mr. Gecko, we love retro. We definitely love retro. But yeah.
But yeah, Mayan Adventure was 94, so yeah, within a couple years, Tomb Raider came along and kind of took
Dave,
a little bit of shine off of it, a few other games.
Dave is not on D Live. I'm gonna, like with Punchy's help and all that, definitely gonna show him how to get on D Live, which you can also, actually, Dave, you can use your Twitch account to sign on to D Live.
All right. Yeah, we'll do an off-camera discussion of D Live and all the
definitely
all
but
the benefits for that stuff.
But as soon as he gets on to D Live, I will have my link tree updated to add his D Live to that list.
Yeah.
Because that's what I do. Is I've got this giant link tree that has all of our links on it to make it easier for everyone.
Yeah, I saw that with the YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to update that.
Yeah, I just need to add and update a bit more on it.
You know, no huge rush.
But it is kind of a big deal. I mean, that gets all of us.
I will say real quick, getting to what we're looking at on screen. I always liked it when any of this 8-bit era games, and even I'll say early 16-bit when they were still
Yes, it is.
when they were still trying to figure out the public standard hardware. I like when important items had that additional aura outline to them to help them stand out against the background.
Oh yeah.
Because it's real easy to overlook suddenly appearing items when they're such a similar color to the background.
They are. But no, but
Not
yeah,
every game back then did that. I can think of a few games where I overlooked power-ups because they blended into the screen too much.
but yeah, Gecko, this is the first absolute day on D Live. We're kind of enjoying the ride.
Yep, we are crazy old men, but we are ever expanding, and we do not fear new technology. Or even new to us technology.
Yeah.
We just like our retro because, you know what, sometimes some stuff just does not need to be photorealistic 4K.
No, no.
Despite all my tongue-in-cheek threats of getting the Custer's Revenge license.
Oh God.
Be honest. Just seeing how some schmuck studio would try to market the DLC for that.
That game is wrong on all fronts.
Exactly. But it is so infamous in its wrongness. Like, if you... I don't care how small all you would have to do is make one tweet online and just say, Custer's Revenge Remastered. Coming to 2020. And the entire video game world would be like,
What?
no, seriously? Like, there's no vowels involved in this. Just SRSLY question mark. He's got an axe. He's gonna chop us like we're a log, he is. Dude, did you just get hurt, jumping on his back?
Uh-huh.
Dude, he must have like the stiffest, nastiest back hair ever. I'm such a man, even my back hair cuts you. Okay, yeah, that's just straight up. You asked for it that time.
Yeah.
That was a bad jump.
And the controls are kind of stiff here, I will say that.
Yeah, it looks it. Like, there's... Yeah, there's definitely some, like, lagging moments where it feels like the input's not quite catching up with the animation, or vice versa.
I got in a couple of good hits on that one.
Oh yeah, you're getting a good rhythm back, you know.
There we go.
Yeah, definitely the first half of that battle, though, trying to compensate for the controls there.
You really are, because it does feel kind of stiff. That's my only issue.
That's what she said!
Yep. But yeah, absolute first day on D Live. Thanks for all of you from D Live that are watching us. We'll try to do better. Sweet. We're definitely going for some retro. We're going to have retro with a mix of just like topical stuff. So, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely on my channel gonna focus on,
Yeah.
you know, 16-bit and 8-bit era, just because.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I have no real desire to play like Sega CD. And you know, if I ever get back into N64, that's purely gonna be for my joy.
Yeah. All right, so let's get to the top.
I think there is enough people in this world hosting Let's Plays of Ocarina of Time. We don't need me stumbling
No.
with that game.
All right, so let's get back to the topic at hand. You know, now that I'm here setting up Moon Crystal, all right. The topic at hand, we are talking about the 10 Pounds of Gold series. Everyone's gateway drug to that series was Tim Storm, which oldest NWA champion. So, you know, it's one of those.
We are currently at 97 officially recognized World Heavyweight Championship reigns. There are a few disputes over some of those because of like unsanctioned title changes.
Oh yeah.
But if you ask Billy Corgan's company, 97 individual reigns. Ric Flair holds the record with 10 reigns. Lou Thesz holds the record for most cumulative days as champions.
And longest reign.
Yeah, longest individual reign, which I was about to get. But his 3 reigns added together total 3,749 days.
Ric
His
Flair
first
is
reign-
second with the cumulative reigns as well.
But again, it took him 7 more reigns to get number 2. But his first reign was 2,300 days, so that is the majority of that time. The shortest reign belongs to Shane Douglas, who won the title in a tournament. And minutes later,
Threw the belt down because Paulie dangerously had a axe to grind.
the birth of Extreme. Essentially, yeah. It's the birth of Extreme. I did talk about that in my Solo Ramblings video, but yeah. But yes, he essentially forfeited the belt minutes later. Nick Aldis is your current champion in his second reign. So,
And you're like, wait, if he's so dominant, why is he in his second reign? Well, for about 50 days, which is about a cup of coffee in the wrestling world, to be
Yeah.
blunt, for about 50 days, Cody Rhodes had the NWA Championship. The reason he had the championship was, you don't blame Billy Corgan for this one either. You really don't.
No.
They had the I screwed that one up. But no, they had the All-In event. And you know, you're gonna try to get lightning in a bottle. If you're a promoter worth your salt, you go get lightning in a bottle.
yeah, given what All In and how hot Cody was as a free agent talent, it was one of those things you just have to do.
I mean, kind of like us with all of you retro fans as well. Like Gecko says, retro's kind of hot at the moment, so get lightning in a bottle. You're stupid if you don't.
Yep. But yeah, Cody held it for 50 days. Nick Aldis went back at the 70th anniversary show, appropriately enough, from Nashville, Tennessee, because
It's kind of a big NWA town, so
I mean, heck, Tennessee in general.
Tennessee is a traditional wrestling state.
Because you got,
I mean, for the longest time, we had one of the longest territories, which was the USWA, which was run by Jerry Jarrett.
well, not even that, but remember, you also had Nick Goulas.
Yeah,
who,
but
and Roy Welch worked out of Tennessee.
yeah, Knoxville territories.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Tennessee is the state across the board.
Yeah, just across the board was incredible. All right.
Yeah, Goulas ended up on the wrong side of the Jarrett in the long run of history.
He really did.
Which is kind of sad because as once again our buddy Jim Cornette has pointed out, up until the NWA sided with Jerry Jarrett, Goulis was like lived for the NWA. I mean, he had those logos over every show he did, all over the place. He was proud to be an NWA territory member. But yeah, that created the CWA, and in the long run, Jarrett won the support of the NWA, and things kind of happened. But yeah, Tennessee is a huge NWA state, so it made a lot of sense for the 70th anniversary show to be there. Aldis regained his title. That was almost a year ago, and he is still the champion. And yes, he has been making successful title defenses during that year.
I mean, the Aldis Crusade, he had 50 successful defenses.
Yeah.
Or no, 20.
All I have to say, talking about the current NWA promotion, the whole thing with the Women's Championship was just like, I'm sorry, I get it was a weird time for business, but Jazz held that belt way too long without doing, like, really high-profile title defenses.
Oh, yeah. That's currently why Aldis's valet has it now.
Yeah.
Camilla? Is that her name, Camilla?
Yeah, I believe so. Hold on, let me bounce back around.
I think it is. But yeah, by the way, the game for the game I switched to, for anyone following, it's Iron Tank.
No, Allison Kay has it.
Yeah, okay. His valet did try to get it, so Allison Kay's got it now. Good.
Yeah, it was, Jazz vacated it in April, just before the Crockett Cup. She cited medical and personal reasons, but again, she held the belt for 948 days. And I don't think any of her title defenses, like, made a blip on the radar, just because I don't know what was going on. But yeah, hold on, let me look up some. Yeah, Allison Kay defeated Santana Garrett for the vacant women's championship. I think I think what you're thinking of is his valet is chasing Allison Kay right now for him.
She is.
Yeah, she wants the next shot at it, but yeah, she has not gotten her hands on it yet. Santana Garrett, who is a wonderful talent, as well as Allison Kay, were the ones that competed for the vacant belt.
Oh yeah.
Of course, again, the NWA World Women's Championship is part of that extremely convoluted, jumping across multiple promotions, covering the entire world, history of women's championships in wrestling that I'm going to have to cover one Friday.
Yeah.
Because you get into a lot of politics of how women were booked up until the modern era.
And then you'd have to discuss
because you got to go all the way back to Mildred Burke in 1935.
and then you'd also have to talk about Jack Pfeffer. That's the one. Jack Pfeffer.
Yeah.
Jack Pfeffer and his wife, and then you discuss Jack Pfeffer.
You also have to touch on Mildred Burke's husband, Billy Wolf.
That's who it was. Billy Wolf and Mildred Burke, and then from there it went to Lillian Ellison, who we know as the Fabulous Moolah.
Yeah, Jack Pfeffer, Jack Pfeffer was the one that would go around and basically, in the back half of his career, would blackmail promoters by threatening to expose the business.
Yeah.
At a time, like, this is back in the 60s and 70s when that just wasn't something that was discussed.
Right.
That's
Although,
what you're thinking of. Yeah.
although he did help promote women for the longest time, though I will say that.
Oh, he did. That was because that's what he would do. Is he would sit there and say, okay, you're gonna book, because again, this gets into the nature of the women, that women weren't contracted to a single promotion. They were brought in as special talents,
They were.
basically. And yeah, he had his group of women, and he would basically say, if you don't book them and book them the way I want them booked, I'm gonna expose your business to the local papers. And
There are some territories that didn't work with. The territories that didn't work with was any of the Tennessee territories.
yeah, it's like this. I'm not 100% sure his death didn't have anything to do with pissing people off. He officially died at age 79 in a Massachusetts nursing home. It would not surprise me if some of those old promoters, though, had arranged for something to be slipped in his medication.
Maybe. But no,
Because again, as you said, some of them Tennessee promoters.
yeah, he tried that on Welch. He tried it on.
Yeah, you don't fuck with the Welch family.
Yeah, he tried some of that on Welch's. He tried some of that on the Jarretts. And Jim Cornette does have a note. Has Jack Pfeffer's old notes. He acquired them in an auction somehow.
Yeah.
And Pfeffer left an extra nasty note. Apparently he was threatened by Christine Jarrett, and anyone that remembered Mrs. Jarrett, anyone that's actually been in Tennessee and actually met Mrs. Jarrett, knows that she might have been a little feisty, but she wasn't going to harm a fly on the wall.
Are you talking about Christine Jarrett?
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah, that's the thing. She never had to touch anybody because she had a way of talking that just kept you in line. And I'm not talking about mouthy and threatening. It's just that classic mother of, now you listen here, this is what's going to go down.
This is how we're going to do it.
Yeah. Moolah was married to Buddy Lee.
Yep.
And Buddy Lee was the one that, along with Moolah, had controlled women's wrestling for years until Buddy Lee got out of business, and I believe got into music.
He did.
Yeah. He let Moolah take over the full wrestling business, and
Yeah, there's a whole lot of...
went into music and made himself some good money.
There is a whole lot of Me Too stories about Moolah, but you know what? That's here nor there.
Yeah, we're not going to touch those.
Not touching the poop.
But yeah, you had Moolah and Buddy Lee, Mildred Burke and Billy Wolf. Both to different extents represented why you really should not mix your business and your pleasure too tightly.
Nope.
Especially when you're people like Billy Wolf, who was a bit of a skis.
Oh yeah, he was. So, Plans of 1942, which is, this is an old classic Capcom shooter.
Oh yeah. Gotta love the old school Capcom where they went insane.
I might try to find some Vulgus, and there is a prototype of the sequel to Vulgus, which is Titan Warriors. That's
Nice.
floating out there somewhere. I'll find it. It plays about the same as Vulgus, except it's got kind of a gyros feel to it. We're traveling from planet to planet.
Always fun.
Which that's another one I might play again too, is Gyros.
Besides the heavyweight title and the women's world championship, the NWA also currently maintains a national championship and a tag team championship.
Yeah. I forget, national championship. That's currently held by. I want to say that's held by James Storm, or
Yeah. James Storm at 68 days. Won it at a Ring of Honor wrestling show from Colt Cabana, who won it at the Crockett Cup, that we had earlier mentioned.
He did win it from Willie Mack, who is probably one of the more dominant national champions. Which, by the way, I will go on this stream and say that if the belt is won from Aldis, it's probably going to be Willie Mack's title.
Going by who's currently been working in unless somebody like jumped ship from Ring of Honor or something, I think Willie Mack is being groomed to be the next serious challenger, maybe short-term champion, if not the next big Eric. Yeah, the National Heavyweight Championship goes back to 1980.
Yeah, around the NWA, WCW day, Crockett Promotions days, actually.
First won by Austin Idol in Atlanta, Georgia. Defeated Mr. Wrestling 2.
That was one of the most. Mr. Wrestling 2. I didn't appreciate him when I was younger, but.
Yeah, Johnny Walker.
But when I go back to his. I go back to the old Mid-South tapes on the network, and didn't realize his whole entire body of work. I mean, Mr. Wrestling 2 and that $1 Million knee lift.
Yeah.
If you youngins could appreciate how much that knee lift was just, how they sold it, so to speak.
Oh, definitely. It was...
You get hit by that knee, you were done.
But yeah, the NWA World Tag Team Championship only came about in 1992.
Yeah.
Just due to the nature of things, the NWA basically, because of how tag team promotion or tag team wrestling proceed, let the major territories all have their regional champions. But they finally did.
Yeah.
Crown an official World Tag Team Champion, starting with Terry Gordy and Steve Williams, aka Dr. Death.
And Bam Bam, the original Bam Bam.
Yeah, this would be the Miracle Violence connection.
Yeah, also, for those of you on DLive, on Twitch, on Periscope, and on YouTube, how's everyone doing? I'm just here enjoying some 1942. I remember playing this in the arcade. Also,
current champions, as of the Crockett Cup, are Villain Enterprises, which is Brody King and
PCO, who is no stranger to tag team wrestling.
Oh no, Pierre Carl Ouellet is a veteran wrestler who has, since the PCO gimmick, has really revived his career beautifully, and I love that he has done it.
And on top of this too, here's an amazing fact for those that you might not watch wrestling, but Carl does have a unique medical condition that he seriously cannot feel pain at all.
Yeah, that's the only reason he can pull off the PCO gimmick. Which, for those of you who don't know, is essentially a
Frankenstein's monster.
On Frankenstein's monster, part beast turned man, part old time strong man. But yes, the things he has done to his biology to sell the gimmick is like, why would you do that? I didn't feel a thing.
And yet he legitimately cannot feel. It's not so much that his nerves are dead; his nerves cannot communicate with his body.
Which definitely helped him throughout his wrestling career, but
at the same time, you don't know if you're seriously hurt because you can't.
Yeah, it's one of those things he really has to trust his opponent.
He does.
The man was born in 1967, so he
Yeah.
is definitely a elder statesman of the movie.
Yeah, which would make him 50, 52.
Yep.
And as we said, the former world's heavyweight champion, and when we refer to the NWA 10 pounds to goal, that's the proper way, the world's heavyweight champion.
Yes, they do pluralize it. I tend to forget.
I did too, but then I realized it's like, it kind of makes sense. It kind of differentiates.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do here, Dave, because this is the farthest I've ever gotten, ever.
Keep playing and see how much farther you go. I mean,
That's what I'm doing.
that's the beauty of these classical games. It's not like you suddenly have to start playing an RPG once you get past a certain level.
Oh, no.
It's still just shooting planes.
Ah. I keep getting hit by that one. But no, but yeah, going back to the World's Heavyweight Championship, the 10 pounds of gold in the NWA as a whole. Age doesn't really matter in the NWA, just as long as you're a great performer, and PCO is probably one of the better performers they've had.
Oh yeah.
I do think, too, that, you know, if he ever left the NWA, or, you know, ROH, you know, left the system, he'd probably be relegated to a coach in NXT, but at that time, he'd accept it. He'd be like,
I think that will be his eventual destiny, especially if NXT keeps opening more branches like the UK brand. I could see him going back to Canada and running like an NXT Canada.
oh, and, well, David, you see my shooting percentage? I had 86%, so I'm not doing too bad.
No, not at all.
Alright. Here's a system that not everyone understands, but you know, you should try it out. In fact, pull it up. There we go. There's you something you probably haven't seen, Gecko, and everyone else.
Boy.
Neo Geo Color.
Wasn't it oh yeah, wasn't that their portable one? The
It
Neo
is their
Geo
portable
Pocket Color.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really weird sometimes to look back and see how many companies were trying to compete with the Game Boy and just like blinking you miss. Like the Atari Lynx.
All right. Oh. That was a floater. Pop out. What do you think? I'm getting out on this one?
Yeah.
That was a short.
Don't-
That was a short
don't-
drive.
Yeah, don't see much of a home run happening.
Not in that one. Oh, come on. That's a foul. Oh, he swung that one. Got him. Alright. Is he sweating? Oh. Alright. Alright, let's get back to it, shall we? Oh! Yeah.
Hey, bada, hey, bada.
Yeah.
So,
And baseball is one game that I will admit that I am horrible at. Let me see what else we got. Alright. How about some metallic uniframe super hybrid armor?
in a baseball game? Wouldn't
Nah,
that be a penalty?
I don't know. There was one game that had that. Was that Base Wars?
Yeah, Base Wars had the robot.
Oh yeah.
You could, yeah, you would like, if it was a close call at the plate, you would go into a little fighting game sequence. So that was interesting. I admit, I rented that game a couple times.
Alright. You remember this one, Dave? Musha.
Musha, musha. Remember, children, you put skulls on it, it's automatically evil. Stop.
Yeah. Skulls mean dangerous. There we go. Flaming skulls. Alright, let's get back to it then, shall we? You there, Dave?
Yeah, I'm there.
I'm good. Alright, so, now that we're getting into some Musha here. The title, in general, the World's Heavyweight Championship, like I said, it's been held by everyone from... Orville Brown was the first champion. He wasn't a slouch either. Then you had legends like Lou Thez, Ric Flair, Harley Race, Jack Briscoe, Terry Funk, Dory Funk. I mean, then you've had modern day, as much as he's a goof, he's going to be a modern day legend in Colt Cabana, Scrap Iron Adam Pearce. They're a couple of goofs, but they're good at their craft. And we both have a kind of a love-hate relationship with Colt Cabana. Because, I mean, he can be good at his art, can't he?
He can, it's just a matter of... I think sometimes Colt gets too hung up on what he wants to do versus what
he should do.
Yeah. That was the basis of his one particular departure from Ring of Honor. They're like, hey, we don't really want to do the comedy wrestling anymore. We need to wrestle serious. And he wanted to keep doing the comedy wrestling, so he lost his paycheck. And you can't really blame Ring of Honor. That was the point, is this is what we need to do for our business.
And it really was. I mean, Sinclair, and investment. They're spending who knows how much in this investment. Our investment needs to pay off.
Yeah. Which kind of brings us back to Billy Corgan and the way he is structuring and promoting NWA. And the brilliance of, you know, going with social media and YouTube did the 10 Pounds of Gold web series.
Yeah, you just give the people indication, well, here's what we're doing, here's the story we want to go with.
Here's the story we want to go with, and story of what came before. To remind you, we are not a new promotion, and there's a reason why these two guys are going to try to kill each other to win this championship. Because of who held it before. But it is, it's like, you know, and I think that's where I prefer stuff like 10 Pounds of Gold over Being the Elite.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, they make official match announcements on Being with the Elite, and they establish some context for the matches for the AEW super shows they're doing before the weekly TV.
Oh, yeah.
But it feels like they can't completely divorce themselves from the original idea of Being the Elite, was to just give the Bucks a way to do what they want to do and trusting their cult to go along with whatever that is.
Yeah.
Yes, All Elite does not have 70 years of history to touch on, but it's a matter of context there.
Oh, yeah. But no,
Yeah, that's one of the things I hear from a lot of AEW fans is like, oh, this match, you know, you'd be much more excited about if you knew the backstory. What's the backstory? Oh, it was on Being the Elite. Like, okay. And that's a lot of what 10 Pounds of Gold does. It's like, you want to know why this particular gentleman has earned the right to challenge for this prestigious championship. We're going to discuss it on 10 Pounds of Gold.
and they do it correctly.
Right, because I say a lot of it is just context and tone. But, yeah. So, I think the NWA is going to have a solid future for the next couple years.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to try to prognosticate much past that, because the wrestling industry is built on the caveat of shit happens. There's a whole lot of bullet heads between you and them. But yeah, Corgan is doing so many things right. Clearly showing that the reason he is doing all this and owns the NWA is because he's a longtime wrestling fan, but he is also, as a guy who built his own band and thus business and brand, he is applying what he learned in the music industry to his new wrestling business endeavor.
Oh, yeah.
But, Yeah, see, I'm sorry, but having your same color and damn near shape as the moving stars in the background is really confusing.
I can't. Yeah. I think that's why this game didn't exactly click with everyone. Because there was a whole lot you could get wrong.
But the big question is, will we ever find that copy of Polybius?
We'll put that under the God. I hope not.
I
Are
just
those?
love that people have like made these like batshit insane games, claiming them to be the legendary Polybius. It's like technically I did play a Polybius.
Oh yeah. And the game that takes over your soul is, you know, that tale is old as time, you know.
Besides, we all know the game that takes over your soul is really Super Mario World. I mean, come on, Yoshi, Cake Mario. We've all spent what the last 25 years playing that game.
Yep.
Ah, you got the big beam.
Uh-huh.
Well, someone's gonna be popular down at the bar.
Whoa.
Baby, I got the biggest beam. And if you want to get freaky, I got a sidekick.
Uh-huh.
Beam.
We got them air to ground missiles too while we're at it, baby. Oh yeah, baby. Oh, that's
you
enough.
you like to get rough, huh? You know it.
We got freaking laser beams.
But are they mounted to freaking sharks?
No, but that would be amazing. Well, yeah, I was talking about another NWA World's Heavyweights champion, baby. People can't forget the legend of Dusty Rhodes, baby.
Mostly because Cody is doing the most like sundery legacy identity ever.
Oh yeah.
I don't want to live in my father's shadow. Now watch me dye my hair blonde like him and bill myself as the American Nightmare. Oh, and I legally changed my last name to Rhodes so I can use it. But I totally don't want to live in the shadow of my father.
But all truth though, Dusty was
Dusty was a great on-air talent, was a wonderful promoter. He just occasionally did not like the fact that as promoter he was an owner and had to be told no. But I think it's a way, best summary of Dusty's booking. Hopefully Cody will learn this lesson. Is,
yeah.
hey, yeah, no, none of us minded when Dusty kept himself in the main event because we were all getting rich. Like, yeah, nobody minds if the booker puts himself over or if it is actually for the best of the business.
Yeah, because if we're making cash, it's okay.
As long as you remember that your heels have to beat up some other baby faces to keep their shine.
Oh, and also,
They can't just lose to you every night.
Also, the longest thing too is the longest rivalry for the NWA title that I could remember was and you've heard this mentioned many a time by Cornette and by Jerry the King Lawler himself, was the Memphis Pursuit for the Gold. They wanted the NWA World Championship in Memphis. Lawler wanted to add it to all those titles that he had over his total career.
Yeah, he had to settle for the AWA.
Yeah. The Kingfish, baby, the Kingfish.
I would say that between Lawler and Memphis, and at their peak, the Von Erichs and World Class, like...
Oh, yeah.
Because remember, as much as World Class was pretty much its own kingdom, it was technically an NWA member for a long time.
It was. Old Jack Adkisson, whom we all know today as Fritz Von Erich.
I do love that back when he was just an active talent, he had a fictional brother as a tag team partner.
Waldo.
Yeah. Many years away, when bad things happened with his children, we get Waldo's son as another fictional Von Erich.
Uh-huh.
Just for the continuity of it. Oh, he's a cousin. How's he a cousin? Oh, he's Waldo's son. Oh, yeah, I think I remember Waldo.
Yep. I just want to see what this one
and
is.
then Lance got outed, mostly because he couldn't play along with the game. Gunsmoke.
Yeah. What the? Yeah, someone told me about this parody.
Well, there was the Gunsmoke game. Actually, I think this is it, isn't it?
Nah. That's the parody.
Oh, this is the parody.
Yeah, I just did that to see if you were paying attention.
Yeah. There we go, okay, yeah. Not affiliated with the TV show, though. Hence the dot there.
Yeah, the dot. To make sure they didn't get in copyright trouble.
Because they didn't want to pay for the actual license. For reference, if you did not watch that classic episode from his earliest times, this is actually one of Danny Sexbang's favorite games.
Yeah.
He has beaten it on the Game Ropes channel.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, let's talk titles, still. As we said, the NWA World's Heavyweight title.
Yep.
It's been around at least 70 years, as we've said. They do kind of say its lineage is also based on the old World Heavyweight title, which was held by Hackenschmidt.
Yeah. I think they did one of those, like, hey, this champion won a bunch of other championships and now he's a champion of the world things.
It is.
Not quite as fishy as Pat Patterson's tournament in Rio de Janeiro. Because let's face it, that's always going to be the joke. Now,
It's like,
I will remind you one thing about this game real quick.
yeah.
And also let our lovely viewers who have maybe considering playing this game You do actually have to buy the wanted poster to access the box.
Well, that, or you have to find it.
Yeah.
It's an either or.
Yeah, either buy it or locate it, but you do have to have it in your inventory, or the stage will just keep repeating on a loop.
The reason you have to have it is, think of it in the tradition of the Old West. Billy Bob here is a bounty hunter. As a bounty hunter, he's got to have his writ.
Yep.
Which is the wanted poster. The wanted poster gives me the authority to go kill this prick.
But,
of course you can just go around and grind as well.
oh yeah, as long as you're confident you're not gonna...
Yeah.
Yeah, you can grind, build up, go ahead and upgrade your guns and all that before fighting the boss.
In the words of Han Solo, don't get too cocky, kid.
Yeah, but yeah, previously the NWA did have called Junior Heavyweight Championship.
Yeah. They did. Didn't take off as well as they thought it would.
No. It actually was not vacated until September 30th, 2017. They kept trying with it for a long time, but it never really like sold tickets majorly. Yeah, started in 45 when the NWA itself was an intensity.
Yeah.
As I said, they had various regional championships. Every promotion.
And here he comes.
NWA branded tag team championship. But you also had 3 different promotions had a 6-man tag team championship. Mid-Atlantic had a television championship that, of course, later became the WCW television title.
Yep. Mid-South had its North American heavyweight title.
Yeah, well, it was yeah.
Just as a general.
But that I don't think that one was NW was Mid-Atlantic branded specifically.
Yeah. Ow. Yeah, but it took me a good while to get shot, so...
And of course, they would have their local heavyweight championships, any given promotion.
How'd I get hit?
I don't know, man.
Oh well.
Yeah. So, yeah, I would definitely interested in the current state of wrestling and wants to catch up on all things NWA title centric to check out the 10 Pounds of Gold series.
On the NWA's YouTube channel, Billy Corgan does interact with the audience as well. Anytime you talk to anyone that has the NWA name, it's probably Billy or Dave Lagana.
Yep, stop! Siri! But yeah, check them out. Get yourself hyped for the upcoming TV series.
Oh yeah. TV series, they're gonna do it from I think they said GBS Studios in Atlanta. It's around the location of the old Techwood Studios.
From Atlanta, which again is another classic wrestling city with Georgia Championship Wrestling, and which later became WCW.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta love Georgia Championship Wrestling though. Back in the day, it made careers.
Oh, it did. I mean, it was one of the iconic promotions of the classic NWA. And it fell into that trap of overspending.
As did Jim Crockett Promotions. That's why it kind of had to sell its territory to Ted Turner.
Well, yeah, and again, it's not overspending the classic sense of just like throwing big money at big name wrestlers. A lot of it was that they spent money on expanding their territory and upgrading production and all that, anticipating money
from TV
and the earliest days of pay-per-view that never surfaced because
a lot of it was dirty tactics by Vince McMahon.
Well, some of it was dirty tactics by Vince McMahon. Some of it was just the TV affiliates he was making deals with were carny fucks as well.
Oh yeah.
Where they were not sending the money when they were supposed to, so his month-to-month bill paying got behind. But yeah, those two promotions kind of bought each other out and then got bought by Turner, and that became WCW.
And then, in a sense, too, Vince bought them, so all the old territories were essentially owned by Vince McMahon.
Yeah, there's a few territories that he doesn't have tape library, copyright access to.
He doesn't have the rights to the Smoky Mountain Wrestling Library. Cornette sold him tapes, but that's about it.
Yeah, he has the tape library. He doesn't have the all copyrights, but
nope.
I believe the old Pacific Northwest territory is still holding out.
Yeah, Portland Wrestling, Pacific Northwest.
Yeah, the widow of the promoter is holding out. She doesn't much care for Vince.
A lot of them in the Northwest really don't. UWF is also holding out. I remember now.
Yeah.
And OVW will not sell any of their rights. That's why they don't. That's why you won't see anything from OVW before they were stars, was at least the extent you'll see.
Yeah, I think
WWE.
they made a deal for like the footage
Of like Cena and Orton.
Yeah, the wrestlers that had since become major players on the main roster.
Yeah.
But like the tape library in general, still in operation, owned by our buddy Al Snow. they ceased business with WWE, eventually did business with TNA. Yeah, so they're a holdout. But as far as the classic territory, I think Portland and the UWF are the biggest name.
Yeah. And of course the Japan territories of the NWA aren't giving up.
I'm saying North America.
But North America, yeah.
Or at least U.S. based. Some of the Mexico stuff. Again, it's like CMLL, which is still in business, so they're not doing anything. They're staying fly right. I think some of Memphis is still holding out because
Yeah, Randy Hales has about half the tapes. That's why they can't get. That's why they can't get all the CWA.
The Memphis ownership is convoluted.
It really is, because you got between Randy Hales and the Jarrett family and Goulas is holding out his share. The Goulas family.
Yeah, well, like Lawler had a chunk of ownership for a while. You see, it was also when they merged with the AWA class. There's been some question over who owns what years. I think they only have access to like 2/3 of Stampede.
Yeah, because Stu and Brett helped them buy quite a bit of it, but the rest of the family kind of held out.
Well, I think Brett currently has ownership of any footage
He does.
Yeah. Now he's of course, on good terms with WWE now. They had major plans for any of it. But officially, yeah, he owns his own Stampede career.
Which was smart on his part, I'm gonna say that.
Oh yeah. But yeah, a large chunk of the NWA history is technically owned by the WWE, but they're making new history, so.
But they don't own the records. They can acknowledge the records.
Yeah. They don't own the records. They don't own the integrity to the championship. So it is what it is.
Which is hilarious.
He brought a sword to a gunfight.
He didn't bring a sword.
They brought some sharpened boomerangs. Thanks to some flash villain.
Guess what? 6 to the head, kids.
Yep.
There you go. Devil Hawk. Ooh. He's got a nice... That engine got a nice bounty on him.
Oh yeah. I think on that note, I'm gonna have to do solo.
Yeah. I'm about to head out myself though, but so let's end it on this. In the Engine Village. We'll probably resume here next week.
Early in the AM over here.
Oh yeah, it is, and I'm gonna head out myself. But we do hope you enjoyed D-Live. Thank you for the love. We're gonna get everyone added. I'll get Dave on there, tell him how to use Restream.
Yep.
Because you folks have been charitable to us and very nice. Twitch as well. Twitch as well. But yeah, everyone, do take care. If you enjoyed the retro, we do thank you for the liking, the bits, and the bobs and everything you've given us.
All positivity is loved.
Yes. So yeah, drop my controller while I'm at it.
Is that like gamer channel version of dropping the mic?
Nah. But
Mic drop.
boom.
But yeah, we encourage you to join us next week.
Oh yeah, we definitely encourage you to join us. Everyone, take care.
Bye bye.